Hi everyone, welcome back and thank you for watching. So I don't think I had a choice whether to do this video because I was on Snapchat and Instagram stories with this look. I wore it a few days in a row. I've been loving it. And people were asking for a tutorial, not asking, threatening. I don't want any trouble, so here it is. Here's the tutorial. I've been wearing this look. This is my current favorite look. It is perfect for someone like me, just really low maintenance, like quick, gotta get out the door, very few products. Not very few, few products. It's not that natural though. Some people were calling it a no makeup look. There's actually a good amount of makeup on my face, but I love the color combination of everything, the way the lip color plays with the eye color and just the warmth of the face. I'm a fan. Anyway, I'm gonna stop talking about it and just show you how I did it. One of the reasons I wore this so many days in a row is because I really loved the foundation combo I just happened to come up with. I used the Maybelline FitMe Matte and Poreless in 332, but I mixed it with the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk in number 6. Number 6 is too light for me on its own. This is a tad too dark for me on its own if I'm not tan enough. The two together, and this is nice and olive, so if you have olive undertones in your skin, this is it's just too light for me, so mixing these two together turns out to be the perfect warm, just amazing complexion combo. So I'm just mixing these two together on the back of my hand. So again, you don't necessarily have to mix these two together. I know this one's pretty pricey, so if you wanted to opt out of using that, you can use the dewy one. This comes in a dewy formula too. I just have such an issue finding the right foundation color for my skin, so I'm almost always mixing them up. And if you've worked with the Luminous Silk foundation from Armani, you know that the finish is pretty unbelievable. Also, my apologies for not pulling my hair back. On the days when I just freshly washed my hair, it's impossible to tame it in like a neat pulled back style, so just gonna tuck it behind my ears for now. Now moving on to the concealer. So I'm gonna show you what I did with the concealer, but you could use this with any concealer. You just need the two shades to do it the way I'm gonna show you. So I used the Mercier Secret Camouflage concealer. This has the more sort of apricot tone and then the lighter tone. So this one will cover darkness better and then this one will brighten up better. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take with my finger the darker one, the more apricot tone, and this is gonna go right into the inner part of my under eyes. So this is gonna cover up any darkness and really create like a very, even on my nose, like I might have a strong nose, so like it gets darker in there. So this is gonna really diffuse that darkness. And then I'm gonna go into the lighter color. I wiped off my finger first. And this is going to extend out just to give me that brightness. And this is a really opaque concealer, so I'm not really using that much of it. I'm just gonna pat it on to my usual spots. And then going back to the Beauty Blender, just together I'm gonna blend this all out. And if you want to clean up the edges, you can use the foundation side to make sure it looks nice and blended. So like I said, if you had one medium shade and one medium light shade of your favorite concealer, you can do exactly what I just did. So to add a little bit of warmth to my skin, I've been using the Soleil Tan from Chanel. It's a medium, it's not like a dark enough contour color, but it's enough to, again, just add a little bit of warmth to my skin, and then I'll go in and actually powder contour. So I'm taking the foundation side of this. So with this, I am going right into my contour areas, and you can see it's starting to warm up my skin. But I can cover a little more area with this because it isn't that dark. So this turns out to be a very soft contour. If you wanted to leave it this way, you totally could. If you want to leave it looking even more natural. And then just with my finger, I'm going to lightly contour the sides of my nose. So another reason the under eye area ends up looking really flawless and bright with a look like this is because I used a little bit more setting powder than I usually use. Most of the time, you know, I don't even use setting powder because I'm not really into powder, but the CoverFX Perfect Setting Powder is really great. This is the light color, translucent light. So I'm just gonna press that into the under eyes. And then with whatever's left, just kind of work it out toward the edges. You guys know, no matter what I do, I'm never gonna let you be a cakey mess. I'm just gonna always keep it as natural as possible. So for the rest of the contour, the blush, and the highlight, I'm gonna use this palette by Maybelline. It's the Bronze and Highlight Kit. It says 10 on it, so I'm assuming that's the color, but it is their Bronze and Highlighting Kit. It just has a good range of contour, semi-contour. This is probably just for warming up. This one is like a rosy, glowy color, and this one's a nice highlight. So I'm gonna take that darkest shade to the right, the contour shade, and I'm just going to add a little more. Just give it a little more edge. And I've been loving using this brush for contour lately. It's the Buildable Cheek from Smashbox. This has been, I think because it doesn't, it's foolproof. Like it won't make the color look streaky because it's such a, you see how like fluffy it is? It's not too concentrated. And then next up I'm going in with this rosy tone for my cheeks. It's gonna be a very subtle neutral cheek color. And I'm applying with the same brush. And now going in with that highlight shade. I'm gonna use the Precise Highlight brush. This is such a gorgeous highlight color, and it's drugstore, so it's very affordable, and it comes in a whole kit of like contour and highlight, so you really can't go wrong with a product like this. Okay, now moving on to the eyes. I know a lot of people commented that they were hoping that this would be an affordable makeup look, so I used 3 colors from Makeup Geek. It's these 3 shades right here. And actually, I think one of the days I only used this color and this color. So the first color I'm starting out with is this one right here. It's called Bake Sale. It's just a really nice, soft, neutral matte. And the brush I'm using is, the tools are very important. It is the Smith number 232. It's a nice blending brush. So with this color, really this is going into my crease, but kind of all over the lid. So I'm starting out here and working it all the way into the inner part of the crease as well. But I'm kind of just dragging that down to the lid itself. And I'm just making sure to get the edges blended toward the crease, toward the brow bone. You can windshield wiper it back and forth, but make sure you're using circular motions too. That's what's really gonna blend. For now, I'm gonna stick to the same brush, and I'm gonna go into this next shade, which is a matte, darker neutral called Cabin Fever. And this we're gonna focus really just on this outer part of the crease and the lid. The only reason I'm using this color is because the next color, which is that deeper burgundy brown, I wanna have something in between the light and the dark color just to make it blend in really nicely. Otherwise, it really doesn't serve any other purpose. So if you can blend the light and the dark color together, fine. You can skip this step. You don't need this color. Again, just focusing on the outer part of the crease and the lid. All right, now we're gonna go into this flat brush that I recently fell in love with. It's by Bdellium Tools, and it's the 773. It's a flat, just really awesome shadow brush. So the color I'm gonna use is called Aphrodite. Again, it's a deep eggplant brown and matte. It's interesting because I think of like plummy shades, reddish shades as warmer, but really it's actually cool tones. I don't know, somehow I know undertone wise that's right, but I just kind of feel like they belong in the warm family. So with this color, sorry, I have an itch. I'm going to plant my pinky finger and just start adding this in no particular pattern. Don't worry about the edges right now, just to the outer corner here. So you want to get that lift at the outer corner. That's why we're adding this color. So add that there. And then we're just going to go back to that original blending brush and use this to blend it out. Don't blend it out too much that you lose that the depth of the color, but just kind of start to blend out the edges. And then going over to the other side, again, just pressing that color in. It's almost like a diagonal. And again, just blend it on out. So I'm just gonna go back to that original color, the very first one, and use a smudge brush to apply this to my bottom lash line as well. Since we're not using liner or anything, actually we are going to use a liner, but like in a very subtle way, I just really want to add a little something to the bottom part. All right, speaking of liner, you know, I've used this many, many times and I love it. It is the Hourglass 0.5mm pencil in Obsidian. If this is too pricey, Maybelline also makes one, their skinny eyeliner pencil. Practically the same thing. I think I'm out. Yep, this is all I have left. I think it'll work. So what I'm gonna do with this is I'm going to just apply a diagonal line here. And then I'm gonna take that smudge brush and I'm going to smudge that line out. And I'm also going to add this into the inner part of the top lash line. Moving on to the mascara, I'm going to use the Velvet Noir by Marc Jacobs. This is my current favorite. It is bomb. Anytime I've worn makeup lately, I've used this mascara and it's so good. Now onto the brows. I haven't been filling them. I've just been using the Brow Precise from Maybelline in the color Soft Brown. I think this is the best brow product ever made, honestly, because it adds fibers to your brows and it sets them. It's really an all-in-one brow product. So as I brush them up, it's gonna add fibers too. And just whatever's missing, just kind of fill it in. And that's just gonna make it appear thicker. And it's less steps for me, which you know I like. And finally, the lips. So in that picture I posted, a lot of people were like, what's the lip color? What's the lip color? It was just the Kopari Lip Love, the clear coconut lip balm that I love so much that I wear all the time. So I'm not surprised I had it on during that, when I took that picture. So if you're, that was basically my natural lip color with a clear balm on it. But to achieve that color, if you don't have that color, I'm using this by Estee Lauder. The color is called Vinyl Rose. It's just a really pretty glossy pink. And that does it for this look. Like I said, really simple. It's the look that I've been wearing a lot lately. It's my current favorite and a lot of people requested it. So I was very happy to do this look for you because I love it. I hope you guys love it too and I hope you recreate this. Definitely tag me if you do. And let me know down in the comments what you thought about this video. I love you guys and I will see you in my next video.